Hey guys, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel. Today we are sitting outside because it is a really beautiful day here in Utah, so I kind of wanted to absorb it as much as I can because I've been working a lot lately, so it's been really hard for me to actually sit outside, but I'm off work tomorrow, so I'm taking advantage of it while I can. You also may hear some dulcet tones of somebody hammering and drilling over there, and cars and kids. As I said, hammering and drilling. I had to turn this way because it looked like the wall was making me like really pale, which isn't a terrible thing. But yeah, so today I decided that I wanted to talk about my nose piercing. I got my nose pierced a little bit over a year ago. I think it was a year and a couple of days ago because I can't remember if I got my nose pierced on the 28th of February or on the 2nd of March. I knew it was the day before or after my boyfriend's birthday, and his birthday's on the 1st, so I can't remember which day. But I did get my nose pierced a year ago, and I kind of wanted to talk about that in the experience and how it is now and all that fun stuff. I got my nose pierced again, as I said, a year ago at this place called Deja Vu 2. I made a video kind of the experience, and I'll put that in the link below. In a link below in the description. I did. I went to this place called Deja Vu 2, and the decision to get the nose piercing was kind of a spontaneous thing. I was walking past the store, I had the money, and I was like, I've been wanting to get my nose pierced for a while, so why not? My tattoo, I've said this in a video before, but my tattoo also was a spontaneous decision, but I think what a lot of people think when I say that it was a spontaneous decision was that, like, I randomly decided that I wanted a piercing, and that I randomly decided that I just wanted a tattoo, but I had wanted a tattoo in my nose pierced for a really long time. So it wasn't like a random spontaneous decision, it was just like a spontaneous moment, if that makes any sense. So the experience was really great. I think I talk about it in my video about it. I turned back this way because I liked this look better. But anyway, so my experience was actually really good. But as for making random spontaneous decisions to get a nose piercing or a tattoo, that is something to be really careful about, because when it comes to a piercing though, you can just get it, like, take it out and have it heal. With a tattoo, it's more of a to-do to get it covered or removed. So just, if you're spontaneous like I am, just be careful and make sure that it's something that you really connect to. My tattoo, it says hearts always mend on, it's right here. It says hearts always mend, and it's a lyric from one of my favorite Celine Dion movies, and it also represents my mom, and also represents stuff that happened in my life that was really hard and me working through it. So it was something that I connected with, and I had always wanted to get my nose pierced, so there's that. Also, I'm actually really happy that I got my nose pierced. Of course, I think with a lot of people, you know, getting a tattoo or a piercing or something, any bod modification, one of the concerns is always, you know, what if I regret it later? What if I don't like it like I did before? Well, I'm actually very happy to say that I'm actually very happy that I got my nose pierced. I love that I got it pierced, and if anything, I love it more because now I can put different jewelry in it and things that I really like and think that are really cute. But let's talk about the middle part thing. For a nostril piercing, it takes, I think, maybe 2 to 4 months for it to heal, and I left mine in for a year, so I left mine in for much longer than I should have, and I probably didn't clean it properly like I should have. I wear makeup often. I wear makeup almost every day, especially the days that I work. Usually, even if it's like a little bit of makeup, I usually wear makeup often, so I think it did make the healing process a bit longer. Also, my theory is that that I kept it in so long that my skin started to heal around the piercing because the gauge is smaller than it was before. So now I have to wear a smaller gauge piercing, which is not that bad because a lot of the piercings that I like are in smaller gauge, so that's okay with me. So I have a sensitivity to cheap metals like nickel and stuff like that, so I usually have to wear precious metals, like stainless steel and platinum and all that fun stuff, the expensive shit. And the thing is I was kind of an idiot and didn't ask if, like, what kind of metal the stud would be in. I assumed it was medical grade steel because that's usually what they pierce with, but I'm not sure. And not too long after I got the piercing, I kept forgetting it was there, so I would knock it around, or I'd get it stuck on something or something like that. So I would sometimes get bleeding and it would get irritated a lot. But after a while, maybe 6 months after wearing it, I started to get this bump right here, next to the jewel. And I started to get this bump, which was really concerning for me because I really liked the piercing and I was afraid that I was going to have to take it out, let the hole heal, and then get it redone. I didn't want to do that. And so after reading that it takes 2 to 4 months, I think it was because after wearing it for so long, a bunch of like makeup and bacteria started to build up around the piercing and started to cause that irritation, because once I took it out and I started wearing different studs, the bump went away. The bump became smaller, then eventually went away. And I've also become more avid on cleaning my piercing. That's one advice that I would give to someone who, because I'm really lazy, and that's a problem, because the first time I got my ears pierced, I was really lazy and they got infected and I had to let them close. And so if you get your nose pierced, one thing that I do advise is that you stay on point with your cleaning, because I didn't, and it did cause some irritation with my nose. So, but once I got on top of it, it became better. Also, if you are going to wear makeup with your new nose piercing, make sure that you clean that area really, really good, because it can get really, really dirty and it can cause bacterial buildup and it can cause infection. So I would highly suggest cleaning it and making sure that it stayed clean. A lot of the reason I didn't take out the nose stud very early was because I was afraid that, as I was saying before the dog rudely interrupted me, a lot of the reason I was afraid to take out the stud was because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to put it back in, which once I did take it out, those fears were confirmed and I wasn't able to. So I took it out, and so let me show you what it was at first. Where is it? In here? Oh, I guess I don't have it in here. So basically what it was a post and then a flat bottom, and then you twisted off the jewel and you pulled it out, and I don't think you're supposed to put it back in, but I'm just that person. But so I took it out with the intention of cleaning it really well and giving it some time to breathe and being away from makeup and stuff like that, and then I wasn't able to put it back in. So you would think after a year the hole would be completely healed, there would be no there would be no healing afterwards, and there would be no skin trying to form over the hole. Well, I guess not for me, because I took it out for one night for 24 hours, and when I woke up, I had to put I had to flip the post upside down to where the flat side was, and I had to push it through, basically re-piercing my nose in a way, because a thin layer of skin formed over the outside of the hole and on the inside of the hole. So it started to heal, which was really concerning because I had had it in for an entire year, so there was no reason for it to heal. But what's weird also is with my earlobes, I got these pierced maybe 3 years ago, and if I leave something out of them for like 2 weeks straight, they start to heal too, and I have to kind of re-pierce them too. So it's really weird. I don't know if it's like that for anybody else, but that's how it is for me. Now I'm wearing this cute little stud. It's hard to see, but it's like purple and like oval shaped. I'm wearing the kind that's like this. Let me show you. Let me get it out. So I'm wearing the kind that's like this, that has like the little ball at the end. This is another one that I really, really like. It's like a half moon. I'm wearing one like that, right? I just barely got these ones. They're actually really, really new, as you can see, because they're still on the little foam thing. And these ones are L-shaped, and I'm afraid to use them because I'm afraid it's gonna hurt, because I'm a big baby. So I'm just kind of getting used to using these studs, the ones that you just kind of push in, and then I'm gonna start to use the L-shaped ones. I've heard it's pretty easy to use the L-shaped ones, so I shouldn't be that concerned. I'm more concerned about the nose hoops, but we'll see when we get there. My advice for someone who is choosing to go get a nose piercing or a nostril piercing, I would suggest making sure that you ask the right questions and do your research. By that I mean, like, look for somewhere that has good reviews, ask your friends if they've been to that place, look for the stars, stuff like that to see, because that way you can know if the piercing artist is actually legit. Ask them what their piercings and their stuff is made of, because if you're like me who's allergic to nickel and cheap metals, that is something that is really bad for you not to ask, and I should have, but I didn't, so I would advise doing that. And also, make sure that you clean your piercing avidly, because I didn't, and that probably was a really bad thing, because I could have gotten really infected. I was lucky that it didn't get infected, but it probably could have, and I probably wouldn't have gone through that whole irritating bump thing. So be very clean with your studs, and also if you do wear makeup, always take out your piercing and clean that area really well, because you don't want makeup to get into the hole and then just make this gross thing, you know? So yeah, this video was just me rambling on about my nose piercing, and I've had it for a year, and honestly I'm really happy that I've had it and that I got it. It's my favorite piercing. I love my earlobes, but this one's my favorite piercing, and I am going to get my daith pierced, I think either in my right or my left ear, and I'm really excited for that, and hopefully I can get that experience recorded, because I couldn't do that with my nose piercing because I was by myself, so it would be really hard for me to film me getting my nose pierced with the guy literally all up in my face. So I'm gonna see if I can get my daith piercing recorded. Right now, what's really keeping me from doing that is, one, it's kind of expensive, and two, figuring out where I want to do it, because I don't know, where I work does do piercings. We don't have a piercing artist yet at the location that I work at, but I'm just wondering if I should wait until she comes, or the piercing artist comes to the store and I get to know her, because that way I can get discounts on the piercing and the jewelry, which is really cool, or if I should just go somewhere else, because my best friend's cousin's boyfriend and her uncle works at a tattoo shop and a piercing place, and I'm just wondering if I should go there. So I don't know, I haven't decided on that bit yet, but once I do, I'm going to make a video about it and tell you about the whole experience and the pain level, because I heard some people say that the pain level is kind of like when you get your nose pierced, and then I've heard that it doesn't hurt at all, and then I've heard that it hurts a lot. So I've made the mistake of watching YouTube videos, which is not a good thing to do when you're going to get a piercing, because it kind of sets you up to being fucking scared. So don't do that. Just don't do that. I don't know why. I think it's because when I become obsessed with something and when I really want to do something, I want to surround myself with it. So with tattoos, I have so many pictures saved on my phone for potential tattoos that is ridiculous, and I'll watch videos about tattoos, and it's the same thing with piercings. I will watch videos, I will save pictures, because if it's something that I like, I'm gonna soak myself in it, and it's also a good way for me to figure out if it's something that I really like and really want versus something that I just kind of think I want. So yeah. So there you go. That was a random video about a year after a year of having my nose pierced, and yeah, it was just mostly me rambling on about the experience and all that fun stuff, but you know, what can you do? And I'm sorry about the weird wood cutting or whatever the hell that guy's doing over there. But as I said, I'm trying to absorb this beautiful, not cold, snowy thing that we got going, because I live in Utah and you don't frickin' know what the weather's gonna be like in Utah the next day. So I'm trying to absorb it as much as I can. So I do apologize for that annoying sound. But thank you for joining me in this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions about what it's like to get your nose pierced, or anything like that, then I would be more than happy to answer it. And if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see a video about my dates piercing, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this or other random shit, or because you like my hat because it's really fucking cool, then you should hit that subscribe button. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. And this is Kat signing off. Bye. I don't know what's happening with that bird.